Tantito. Yeah.
Good afternoon, and welcome back to another episode of the Grimaldo Group, where we love helping families create wealth through homeownership. And today, again, with me is Juan Grimaldo, the one and only Juan Grimaldo himself. How are you, Juan?
Great. How are you, Angel? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing great. And I do have to say that I love this T-shirt. These are the new T-shirts we have. This beautiful gold logo. What does this stand for, Juan?
So it's basically the two G's and then an arrow pointing up, meaning that we're going up, right?
Great branding. I love this branding. And then, of course, the Grimaldo Group real estate team. And we're here today because we just got back from Vegas. We were in Vegas on a business trip, correct?
Correct. Business trip.
Business.
Yes.
So, of course, we had some fun.
Always.
Because you mix business with pleasure. It's always good to do that. But we did a lot of learning. We went to a PHP convention, people helping people. And if you haven't heard of PHP, it's a company that started back in 2009. Patrick Bet-David, who also has his YouTube channel, Valuetainment, which I would encourage you to look at. Yeah. He's an awesome an entrepreneur. He's a capitalist at heart.
Whoa. So he's a capitalist.
He's a capitalist.
What does that mean?
It's not a bad word. It's not a bad thing to be a capitalist. In my opinion, I think it's a great way of living. And he is an encourager. He persuades people to consider becoming a capitalist or an entrepreneur.
Where does he come from?
He was born in Iran.
Okay.
And at the age of 11, they fled. They left Iran, were temporarily in Germany until finally making it to the United States.
So let's go back just a little bit. So Patrick Bet-David was a little kid. Him and his family left Iran. Why did they leave Iran? Was Iran a capitalist country?
It was not.
What is it?
Well, it's a country that's very conservative Muslim. I don't want to really get too much into the details, other than the fact that they came to a point because of the revolution they had to leave.
And so this might be controversial for some people, but in reality, it's a little tougher way of life, right? I mean,
definitely,
you're basically dictated what to do.
Correct.
Which they fled out of that into a place in Germany, right?
Well, yeah, temporarily in Germany, and then making their way to the United States. He ends up in California. Making a long story short, Glendale, California, that particular area. I know of a story that in high school, while in school, he figured out to buy ball caps. Okay, like baseball caps, and he would buy them. I think it was for $1, and I forgot exactly where he would purchase them. Maybe at the swap meet and stuff. And somehow he figured out he would sell them at school at $7 a pop.
Make a little profit.
Affirmative. That's my profit,
right?
Yeah. So that's how he started moving in the direction of becoming a business person. And then, of course, he finally served in the United States Army. I was going to say Navy because I'm Navy.
But I heard a little bit about that. So why did he go to the Army?
Well, I mean, my understanding is he wanted to serve America, but maybe you know another angle.
So what I heard from him is, and this is in a video, so you guys can go find it. So maybe I'm paraphrasing. So basically, he said that he wasn't the greatest student. So what do? I'm going to join the military.
Like many of us,
right?
So I didn't have a good GPA because I was bouncing around. I actually would cut class, and I told my own man, "Look, I don't know what I'm doing with myself. So I'm going to join the military." It was a great thing. I mean, sometimes we talk about how minorities are being encouraged or pushed into the military. I actually joined. It was voluntary, and I don't regret it. I served America. I was able to meet people from all walks of life. I became part of a brotherhood in the protection and service of this great country of ours. And I think that's what Patrick Bet-David saw. And he went into the military, comes out of the military, and ends up working at a gym. And while he's working at a gym, I think it was LA Fitness, I forgot the name of the gym.
That's funny. I got into that too because I didn't know what to do, and I joined one of them. And then?
And he begins to talk to people that he saw were business people that were coming to the gym. And he just became Curious George and began asking questions. What is it that you do for a living that you are able to have success? And that led him to this search where he finally became a business person himself. And of course, I'm cutting corners here, but the primary focus that I'm saying is he got to a point after developing himself in financial services, 2009, he decides to begin his own company in financial services, which is PHP, okay? And that stands for People Helping People, which is awesome because isn't that what we do here with the Grimaldo Group? We love creating a positive impact in people's lives. And I think that's what we enjoyed about this convention.
And that's the other reason we do these kind of videos, is to encourage you guys to be able and not be afraid to explore and see what you love, right? Because we all ended up in a place because of all the things that we've done and where we've gone, and maybe you found that area of working where you're like, you know what, I love it and enjoy doing this, not only because I benefit, but I can help others. So going back to Patrick, 2009, it wasn't the greatest time in the world to start a business because the economy was in a terrible situation, right?
Well, it was trying times, but you take a leap of faith, okay? And you do your research. It's not like he just woke up and decided to do this. He is a self-taught individual, okay? Reads a lot of books and is a hard charger, hard worker. So when you put in the time, you are going to expect a higher probability of success.
Yep.
Okay.
And one thing that I got from that is basically when there's necessity, they say necessity is the mother of all inventions. And when you're in that pinch point where you're like, okay, what do? I got to sink or swim. And you go for it. Most people, they just give up and sink. But he took a leap of faith, went through with it, with this idea, and succeeded to a point.
Calculated risk.
Yep.
So you seek counsel, you develop yourself, and you take calculated risk, informed decisions.
Yep.
He did that. And now in 2009, from $500,000, give or take, if I'm not mistaken,
yep,
that he put together to, begin his venture, it came to the point where 2011, he was down to $13,000.
Wow.
And he didn't know what to do at that time. Sometimes you hit a wall.
Mm-hmm.
But what he did do as a man of faith, he went for a walk and a talk with the good Lord Almighty. And in that conversation, he poured his heart out. And lo and behold, as we believe in miracles,
yep,
and he comes back, and the following day, he receives a letter or a notice from AIG, a big insurance company, saying, we want to work with you, okay? And here's a big, nice, juicy check, it was the key to where he stands right now. And so that was 2 years of developing his company with his hard-earned money that he had saved. It took a calculated risk, determination, and a lot of hard work. And
a decision, right?
And so in 2011 until now, it's just been continuous development. So PHP, again, financial services company, it stands for People Helping People. He believes in helping others become independent business people. And, through financial services, if you Google what is a top-rated way of becoming a business person through financial services, it creates quite an impact.
Yep, and we actually have that opportunity here for you guys. So if you're looking to go as an entrepreneur and develop yourself when it comes to these other opportunities, we have access to them and we can provide them to you. So if you're looking for an alternative resource to earn some extra income, we have that here for you guys. Like I said, we're here to help you out. We're here to help you succeed and get you maybe that nugget of information that is going to take you or propel you to the next level.
Now, going back to the convention in Las Vegas, what was the highlight of the convention for you?
Well, this has been in my heart for a long time. I don't sell this yet. Angel does. Life insurance. I purchased a life insurance policy probably about 8 years ago. And the reason it was my wife stays home. I'm the only breadwinner. I'm the only one working. And we own some rental properties. So my thought process was, if I die, what's going to happen, right? Is my wife going to be able to manage? Because I've been doing everything, just taking care of business. how would she manage? So at that point, I think we need to increase it because it was enough to cover what we had and have her be debt free and basically receive income from these properties. So how many people have you guys seen out there washing a car, collecting money through a GoFundMe account because they don't have money to bury their family members? That's only the beginning of something that's going to be super hard for that family, because after that income that most of the time is the provider is gone. How are they going to provide for their kids? How are they going to pay for their school? They're going to eat. They're going to have to have clothes. There's so much that's going to be encountered as a challenge going forward. And for us, again, we're here to help people, and that's one of the ways that we can help people change their lives in a way that is powerful. Why? Because you're not going to have to worry anymore about how you're going to be able to provide for your family when you have these life insurance products. And there's a huge variety because of your situation. So it depends on where you're at. So just like when you're buying or selling a home, we don't just sit down and say, okay, you want to sell your house? Great, sign the contract, right? Why are you selling a home? Where are you moving to? What does that other home look like? Why are you selling your home? So that we can understand what type of home to find you. Right? As a buyer, what is your situation? Like, it's not just about coming in here. Yes, we're going to show you homes and find you the home that you want. It's like, what's the purpose behind it? Same thing with these products. So for me, hearing those testimonials from people that have changed their lives, seeing it firsthand, I lived it with my clients. There's 3 clients that have passed in the last few years that were in their 40s, my age, right? So it was, one of them had a life insurance, and I'm you were in that meeting, but one of my clients actually was able to purchase more homes and be able to collect rent on those properties because of that insurance policy. So
it's leaving a legacy. But there's another part to the life insurance that is being provided through PHP, and it's a platform of multiple carriers that PHP allows their agents to have access to. And one of the important things that I want to mention is living benefits. On many occasions, people talk about life insurance,
Yep.
and it's the traditional life insurance policies that are being discussed, where in order for the person or the beneficiaries to gain access to the death benefits is that individual that has the policy needs to pass away.
Yep.
But what in the case that the person does not pass away?
Let's say you have an accident and you can't walk anymore, you can't go to work anymore.
So some policies will say there's a living benefit, but it's a terminal illness only. Now, what if you have a critical or chronic,
Disease
issue? So living benefits is very important. God forbid, if an individual today, 90% of individuals that suffer a massive heart attack do not die.
Right.
But they do go in through an extensive recovery period. So if they can't work, if they can't take care of their mortgage payment and so on, what happens then? With a traditional life insurance policy, it's more of a death policy, the person would have to die in order to gain access to their funds.
Yep.
But in this instance, if the individual is going through an extensive recovery period, they can pull from the living benefits while they're alive a portion of their policy to help them get through this period and then recover and go back to living a normal life.
So in essence, there's a huge, a huge resource of products. There's a bunch of variety of products, like Angel was saying, that are available to you guys. So the best thing to do is call us up, set up an appointment, and go over all those options that you have so that we can find the best product for you at the end of the day. So anything from that convention, again, my biggest highlight was realizing and reminding myself, what if, right? I hope that never happens and everybody lives a long life and everything they build is going to last forever. Unfortunately, as you guys don't know, things happen and we're not here. Like my father said, we have a contract of life. So meaning that, at any time something can happen and you can lose your life. So not only that, have an illness that may take you off work. And now how are you going to provide for your family if you're the breadwinner, or, if the wife doesn't make as much, or vice versa, how are you going to manage? So I think these conversations are important, guys, and we love to sit down with you guys and go deeper into details. There's a bunch of products that we can go over, But I think it's best that if we talk to you directly, we find out exactly what you're looking for, get to that point, and give you guys the best product for you guys. Again, also we're here in real estate. That's basically our main focus. Yet I've been telling, Angel's been talking to me about this, and we've been talking about it because I believe 100% in this stuff. I would not put anything in front of you guys that I wouldn't believe in 100%. And I think for me, it's gave me peace of mind. I think for you guys would be the same. Would you agree?
Oh, definitely. So I got a really, really good moment of inspiration at the convention when you hear the stories that are being told, the testimonials. But we also had Shaq.
Oh, that was awesome, man.
That was a great interview. Okay. And then we also had Muhammad Ali's daughter. With I apologize for slipped her name, Layla.
So Paula?
Actually, Muhammad Ali's daughter. Ali.
Ali, yeah.
That was a great interview as well. So a lot of good, fun activities that took place at the convention. A lot of networking, a lot of get to knowing other agents and people in the industry, from vendors to you name it, everyone that was involved in this convention. If you have any questions regarding what we spoke about today, and mostly real estate is our primary focus, but if life insurance is something that you would like to discuss with us,
learn more about, right? Not even like if you guys, even with real estate, anything you guys want to discuss, come on over. We're here as a resource. We don't want you guys to think, sorry about that. We don't want you guys to think about us as you're bothering us, because again, we're doing these videos, perceptions like these guys aren't available. We have a team for that reason. We may not be the ones in front of you, but we'll have somebody that's qualified to talk in front of you guys for whatever it is that you may need. And Angel, again, he's a boatload of resources. We have other people that can help us in that regard and provide you with the right choice at the right time.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for being with us in this episode of the Grimaldo Group, where we love helping families create wealth through home ownership.
Amen.
God bless.
Take care.